Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 11th day of September 2020. There are 53 days until the end of the presidential election. There are 26 days until the vice presidential debate. It is National Remembrance and Service Day in America. I'm near my home in Southern California, and this is the plain truth. So today is one of those days when you remember where you were. I remember where I was when I found out Michael Jackson died. I was at work and one of my coworkers told me. I remember where I was when Whitney Houston died. I was on a plane flying home from Dallas. I remember where I was when Rodney King's King riot started. Again, I was on a plane, and as we flew into LA and saw these fires burning, the captain had to come on and tell us what was happening and to be careful coming home. And I remember where I was on 9/11. I was on my way to work, and my wife called me and said, hey, a plane just crashed into the World Trade Center. I got to work, the security guard told me to go back home, and I watched the rest of the day unfold on television. That was 19 years ago. I wasn't a big fan of George Bush, but he did try to unite the country in that hour of need. He did try to bring us together. We lost 2,996 people that day. And as a country, we rallied behind him to find out who did it and to bring those people to justice. Fast forward today, we have had the equivalent of 51 9/11s during this coronavirus pandemic. We found out through Bob Woodward's book that the president knew about it and lied because he didn't want it to hurt his re-election chances. We have a 9/11 every 3 days now. Another 1,000+ people died yesterday. Today is a national day of service and remembrance. I'd like November 3rd to be a day of remembrance, a day to remember where we were at the end of January, what we were able to do, and what we can't do now. A simple act of going on TV. I know he said, well, I don't want to panic people, but a simple act of just going on TV and saying, look, this is serious. It's not time to panic. It's time to come together. And I'm going to do everything I can to help use the Defense Production Act, everything. I need you people to listen to the experts. Here's Fauci, here's Birx. They're going to tell you to stay 6 feet away from each other, wear masks, don't go out unnecessarily. We're going to have a, national 21-day lockdown, and then we're going to open as the positivity rates allow us to do that. That was the time for the only thing to fear is fear itself comment, not after nearly 200,000 people have died. I'm not talking to Trump fans. You can't talk to them. At a rally in Michigan yesterday, they interviewed a Trump fan and said, hey, you heard the CDC guidelines, you heard all the health experts, why are you out here with all these people in no mask? He said, well, if I die, I die. Okay, I can't reach that person. This is for everybody else. This is for normal, right-thinking people who would like to get out of this eventually and get back to our normal lives. Or, as Mr. Biden says, build back better. We can do this as a country. We have done this before. After 9/11, after Pearl Harbor, after World War II. We've done this after Oklahoma City. But we've had presidents that brought the country together and healed them. We cannot do any of that until we get a new president. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night. Have a great weekend.